So your race readiness scorecard came back, and I think you're a hybrid builder. Most people in your category end up waiting around for the perfect time to do a race prep, but never actually get round to it. And that means that you're missing out on the pleasure of race day and the competition that comes with it. The hybrid builder is one of the types of people that I see in my coaching service. And everything I'm about to walk you through is specific to your scorecard result. This won't be a generic tips video. And by the end, you'll know exactly the steps you need to take to move you closer to booking and finishing a race, and how to make your training more specific to getting you to that finishing line and feeling really prepared. And for those of you who have no idea who I am, my name is Oscar. I'm a running and high rocks coach, and I help self-improving people like you pick, prep, and PB your next race in 16 weeks with stripped-backed, bespoke coaching that simplifies the fitness experience. You're probably pretty solid across both running and strength. Neither a hard 5K nor a heavy set of squats intimidates you, but you're probably hesitant about knowing how and when to pick your next race. The only thing missing now is a specific target that you can really work towards to focus your efforts. You're probably putting it off because you're waiting for the perfect time. So I'm here to encourage you to get on and book it and show you how you can adapt your training. Maybe you're nervous about what race to pick or whether you're going to be able to replicate the previous success that you might have had. Or it's simply a case of you've never done a race before and you don't really know how you'd approach everything. So together, let's see how we can build it into your program. So here are the things that I think you need to prioritize specifically. The first thing is committing. Right now you're training well, you're covering all your bases, but you're missing out on the joy of competition. Not everyone wants to do that, and that's absolutely fine. But I think nothing intensifies and focuses your training like race prep. And the reason I'm such a big advocate of this is because about 3 or 4 years ago, I was miserable. I've been lifting for like 6 or 7 years. And I just got to the point where I'd got strong. I was kind of just drifting. And I wasn't that motivated to train, and I kept changing my split all the time, and I was program hopping. I just needed to book a race and commit to something. So I did exactly that. Book the race, and the purpose will follow from that. The second thing is, because you have a good foundation of training already, you need to start working on race specificity. Now, I think there are a few key things that come with this, but the number one thing that I see with clients of mine is pacing. It's so important to practice negative splits, control, restraint in your training. And the reason for that is you cannot push at 100% all the time. You have to learn how to stack momentum and stack hard weeks of training without getting injured, because that's where the real fitness gains lie. So if you want to level up, but you don't have the discipline to not charge off in the first kilometer of a 5K and absolutely redline your heart rate, then you're not practicing the right things in training and you're leaving gains on the table. And then the third and final thing I would say is we need to simulate. And I don't want you to take away from this that you should be doing race simulations all the time. But what I will say is it's really important, if you're going to pick a race, to start to get comfortable with the concept of racing. You know, doing some B races throughout your calendar is a great way to get yourself used to the race day nerves, the feel of things. You know, when do I turn up? What kind of foods do I have beforehand? Do I feel prepared? Do I feel confident? Do I have a pacing strategy? It's really good to start thinking about how you can weave in a bit more races and excitement throughout your calendar year, so it's not just you slogging away at your training, which can be pretty lonely sometimes. So those are the things that I would say are really important priorities for the hybrid builder archetype. So here's how we're going to build it into your program. Oh, a clean tear, come on. So say your weekly schedule right now is a bit messy and you want to clean it up. You want to get a bit more race specific. Where do we go from here? Well, I think the first thing that we always need to do is understand what our weaknesses are. To me, that's crucial because it understands where we should be spending more of our time. What qualities? Is it aerobic development? Is it threshold development? Is it max strength? Is it strength endurance? Because everyone has something that they're not quite as good at. So here is how I would layer in a little bit more specificity for races throughout your training week or block. Let's say you've got a high rocks or a half marathon, and this week I have decided to set you a 5K time trial. Scary, but it's important that we race to put ourselves in a more stressful environment. It can be a great way to get a quality stimulus, but also so that we can test where our fitness actually is and get used to some of those race day nerves. So we're gonna do a 5K time trial, and we're gonna practice some of those things that I was talking about previously, which is negative splits. We will say to you, hey, if you want a sub 20-minute 5K, you have to start your first kilometer at 4:05, and you've got to settle in. You've got to keep your breathing nice and relaxed, nice and controlled. And then after 2K, then you can start to crank it and step on it a little bit more. Something along those lines. Because we're doing a 5K time trial, which will require a little bit of freshness for, maybe we're gonna do an easy bike for aerobic volume on Thursday, and we're gonna have a complete day of rest here. Wednesday, we might be making sure that some of our strength qualities are on maintenance. We're gonna do a full body strength session, and I'm gonna get another pen. And that full body strength session is gonna be a push, a pull, a squat, a hinge, accessory 1, accessory 2, probably calf and core. Tuesday, we might just have a nice easy run, because Monday, maybe we've done our last hard session pre-time trials, which is gonna be a kind of interval VO2 max specific effort. So maybe we're gonna do like 6 by 1K, slightly faster than race pace, or 4 by 1K, 2 by 500 meters, and then we're gonna do 4 times 20 seconds of strides. You get the idea. So now we've kind of set our week up to think about what's the goal? How can we evolve more competition? How can we get more race strategy in there to make sure that we feel ready when the day comes? You almost certainly wouldn't have a week that looks like this every week, but it's an example. So here are some of the things that I think would be really useful for you, or things to watch out for. For injury prevention, you need to be sensible about managing your training load and recovery. Time and time again, I've seen athletes who I coach not follow session prescriptions, push too hard, do too much, do a little bit extra because they were feeling good. So you need to listen to your body when it comes to recovery. And that actually means if I wake up and I'm feeling a 9 out of 10 tired, I'm gonna do an easy session. I'm not gonna do the hard session that's set for me. And that doesn't mean that I'm losing progress. It means that I'm being smart about absorbing the training load that I'm doing and stacking weeks over time. It's so, so important. If this is gradual, consistent training, and this is your fitness over time, and this is time, if you just try and do this and you get injured, all of this time here is time lost building fitness. The second thing I'll put is, I've given you a couple of lists of exercises here that I think are really good for opening up some of the problem areas in the body. You want to look after your hip, you want to look after your shoulder, and you also want to look after your calves. But what I will say, the caveat to this is no amount of prehab or active recovery is going to save you from bad sleep. If your recovery is not good and you're thinking about adding more things in, can I go to the sauna? Can I do an ice plunge? Can I buy this supplement? Can I do this? You're losing focus of the basics. And the basics are what get you results. So it's really, really important that you remember and you retain that. I rely on sleep, calories, food quality, and stress management. And if those things are off, no amount of this stuff is gonna save you. And this is exactly what we map out in your hybrid strategy call. We look at your results from your scorecard, we determine your weaknesses, what an appropriate plan for the next 16 weeks might be, so we can get you on the road to picking, prepping, and PBing your next race as soon as possible. So if that sounds like you, use a link in the description or one of the buttons on the PDF to book a free hybrid strategy call with me. And we can talk everything over, because I'm sure you'll have questions after watching this video. And remember, everything you've heard now is specific to your scorecard. I'm so keen to show people how racing can reignite their love for health and fitness that I want to bring it to you too. So if you've got any questions at all, or you want to jump on that free call, then you know what to do. Just hit one of the links below or follow my stuff and for more high rocks and running tips.